Eight of Pentacles at the bottom, or not at the bottom, on the split, and it was upside down. You're a work in progress. You're forged by fire. We're seeing that fire energy again. And it's like, understand that you are perfect and that you will continue to be molded and changed, and your perfection will continue to change and look different. But at every turn, understand that you are perfect. There's nothing wrong with any of these versions of you. Yes, there will be new versions. There will be what appears to be improved versions, but understand that they only exist and they only get to be improved because of the previous versions, you know? Like the eighth pentacle that's all amazing doesn't get to be amazing without that second one that looked a little funny, or that third one that you absolutely didn't even like, you know, at times. But it's like they all play their role to get you to that perfect one. And if you feel like things are perfect, or if you like who you are, understand that you can't like who you are while not hating how you got there, you know, while hating the process that molded you. Because like without all that stuff, you wouldn't even get to experience the version that you love. So it's like you can't have it both ways. So if you love who you are now, you have to love every part of what made you that way, the good, the bad, and especially the ugly. Because if you were to take that away, you'd be taking away the parts of you that you do love. And understand that you don't get to take those away and still remain as whole as you are today, as awake as you are today, as conscious and caring and loving and all that, which came on the back of all the ugliness and the bad things and everything. So understand that, yeah, it's all you, and it's all worthy of love, because you're worthy of love and you're amazing. So I'm thankful for the hardest thing you had to do. And I love you, and you're amazing, and I love your story. And it all is your story, you know? And look, we got aces and twos at the bottom. Ace of Cups, Ace of Swords. This is it. I'm telling you, we're in that new chapter energy. This is the beginning. Fill into your cup. Be confident in your thoughts and in your knowings, and sharpen those knowings. Take this sword, take this cup, and make sure you fill up your own cup. And you trust your own thoughts. You're not spending too much time just consuming other people's thoughts and their perspectives and their ways of viewing the world and their ways of living. And understand that you're just as valid, and that you have just as much access to truth as they do. And that no matter how much more educated anybody may seem or put off, that you're just as intelligent, and you have that same connection to the ultimate of intelligence, which is source, which is the things that run everything, the things that have been here from the beginning, that have been here longer than any book, that have been here longer than anybody can ever account for history, you know? So it's like, yeah, trust yourself and allow yourself to be confident in the things that you know, because you do know them, and you shouldn't doubt that. Ace of Cups, I'm telling you, love is here from yourself, from others, everywhere. So allow yourself to accept it. Two of Wands came out again. I feel like this is another call now that we're on the other side of this portal today, as far as just, you know, where we were when we entered this space versus now when we're about to close it out. It's like, okay, the world is in your hands still. Now where do you want to go? Well, it's time to ask you again. And I feel like the answer is probably different than it was in the beginning of this reading, especially if you sat here and watched it straight through. Like, I feel like, yeah, we've changed. We've shifted for sure. And it's like, okay, now where do you want to go? Who's going with you? What are we doing? And you're empowered to make that decision. And understand that this is where it leads to ultimate fulfillment, to balance, a balanced heart more than anything. And if you're somebody who's been looking for love or waiting for love, or feeling like, you know, like you don't want, like you're fine just waiting for love to find you when it's time, and you're just going to focus on yourself and doing your things, understand that this is it. This is time now. You're in a space right now where you have space for love, and that, yeah, there's lessons and evolution that's awaiting you that comes through a relationship. And I'm somebody who's like that as well. I feel like, yes, I get so far on my own, but in a relationship is where things go from like knowledge to practice now, because like now I'm having to navigate a whole other person. You know, it's easy when in a vacuum to stay on top of meditating at this so many times a day, or like, okay, I'm gonna do this, and like really accounting for all my energy and being able to pour it to myself. But it's like now when there's a whole nother person who wants to spend time or who's calling for time and attention, and now you have to kind of navigate that. You kind of have to advocate for yourself. You're being faced with the decision of, okay, sacrificing myself or expanding, taking up space, and all that. That's where the real growth is grounded in and solidified. And I feel like that's what's coming in for you now. It's all right, you've come a long way. Let's see how much you've actually learned, because now you're going to be faced with this person who has expectations, this person who has their own worldviews, who has their own perspectives, who sees the world how they see it, who, spiritually may be at a different level than you or in a different place of awareness and all that, So it's like, let's see what you really know. Let's see how much how firm your boundaries really are, how much, you're willing to go to bat for yourself, even when somebody may not understand it, just all that stuff. So yeah, understand that, hey, it's time to take that test again, and that's not to say that this is just like a karmic relationship or it's just something that's gonna come with a bunch of lessons. It's love. It's definitely love, and you're gonna be able to experience it at a much deeper level than you've ever had before, because you experienced yourself at a much deeper level than you've ever had before. So understand you're going to be able to connect with this person that much deeper. So yeah, it's going to be a new experience. It's going to be love for sure. Whether it lasts forever or not, that's up to you, That's up to you and what you want out of life and where you are in your journey. But either way, it's going to be love and it's going to be worthwhile. And the more present you can be with it and the more intentional you can be with it, the better it'll be. Regardless of whether it lasts forever or not, that won't be important, because the present is all we have anyway. So as long as you continue to make a good present moment, the next moment will be good too. So hell yeah. Yeah, with that being said, there goes Monday magic, y'all. That feels really good. And I feel like it's been one of the few readings where it feels very conclusive, there's no dead phone or anything like that. There's no rain. It just feels like we did good work, and it feels like that was the message, and we made it from point A to point B. We opened the portal and stepped through it, and I'm grateful for that, because it doesn't always feel like that.